is on your screen right now as part of Champ Week presented by Principal. It is a title game of underdogs here in Richmond, Virginia. The top 4 seeds in the tournament, all gone. We've got the 5 seed, George Washington, and the 6 seed, St. Joseph's, still left standing. These are 2 teams that have been able to lift the championship trophy at least once the last 5 years and are hoping to do it again this afternoon. GW, they have perhaps the toughest draw this week that managed to take down George Mason and then Dayton. The tournament's top seed, St. Joe's, beat Fordham and St. Louis to get to today's title game. And with that, we welcome you inside Richmond Coliseum. I'm Melissa Lee. She is formerly Paul, Andrea Carter. And when you look up and down the A10 in terms of matchups historically for these 2 teams, this is where it's at.
And that's right. Historically, these 2 teams have gone at it. They've faced off 60 times. The series is deadlocked, 30-30. Last time these 2 teams faced off, the game was decided by just 3 points. They've battled to get here. It is sure to be a fight this afternoon.
And keeping up with similarities, these are 2 teams that are led by 2 players who know how to score the basketball.
And starting with St. Joe's, it's going to be Chelsea Woods. She's strong, she's skilled. When we talked to head coach Cindy Griffin, and she said it best, Chelsea Woods just has the will to score and create for herself. And on the other end, if you've watched George Washington at all this season, you know their centerpiece is Brianna Cummings, and she has what I like to call the 3 E's: energy, explosion, and elevation that makes her tough to guard.
We're expecting an exciting finish here on this championship Sunday in this A10 field tournament championship game. Now, as we mentioned, both teams have been able to hoist that championship trophy here recently. GW last back-to-back seasons in 2015 and 2016. St. Joe's back in 2013. And George Washington has been here for the last 4 years, but it is the first trip for Jennifer Rizzani, who is the head coach for GW. And on the other side of St. Joe's, it is Cindy Griffith. She's in her 17th season. And these are 2 teams that have quite a few seniors on both sides, and they are hungry to hoist that championship banner up in their respective gyms. There's a look at Cindy Griffith, the all-time wins leader for the Hawks, coaching her alma mater, has 6 20-win seasons and 1 A10 title to her name. That 2013 championship win over Fordham, and then Rizzani in her 2nd season took over this GW program after Jonathan Sippes took the head job in Wisconsin, and now has the Colonials in this championship game. And she's doing some good things over there at Foggy Bottom, in the nation's capital. Over at UConn, great. We'll talk more about that as the game goes on. And the opening tip is controlled by St. Joseph's. Our officials today, Jeffrey Smith, Maggie Tina, and John Copeland will be here this afternoon. And they keep inside, and we're going to see that all day long.
And I like the connection between Chelsea Woods and Amanda Fioravanti. They've been playing well together in the tournament, really connecting with each other.
Miss Bautista, Cummings, Mahoney, and Moonlight. Starting 5 for GW. It's the starting 5 that got him here. Big shot is up, and the bounce goes down for Malin Bautista, who is really the engine that could for this Williams team. Everything runs through her. Assist to turnover ratio is fantastic, top 10 in the country.
And if you look at both teams, both of them are ran by very, very solid point guards.
At the point guard for St. Joseph's, Lisa Monahan, the junior from Drexel Hills, Pennsylvania. No shot off the bar. And St. Joseph's does have that outside shooting threat, as does George Washington. But both teams like those high percentage shots inside in the paint. And defense is the name of the game for both of these squads. So we expect a good scoring affair between these 2 teams. Good ball movement by the Hawks, and it pays off.
That's a nice shot for Chelsea Woods. She made a few of those in their game yesterday. She can really knock down that shot. It almost looks like a practice shot for her. That's easy.
Cummings working hard, gives up the shot, and that's been the difference between her maturity from a year ago to now.
And Brianna Cummings, that offense is so good for her. The offense they're running this this season, the 5-out. It gives her so much room to attack and then create for her teammates.
On two. We'll go red. For St. Joseph's and Sarah Baloo, she can pop it from outside as well. The junior from Connecticut averages 13 points per game and arguably the Hawks' top shooter. She's fourth in the conference in field goal percentage. St. Joe's has quite a few who are very efficient shooting the basketball. And that's going to go down. It's a can't-miss matchup so far. Neil Muma gets it to fall, the freshman.
We said it was going to be a low-scoring game, but it looks a little differently starting off in the first quarter. Both teams are hitting, both teams start out hot.
I know both coaches said they weren't getting a lot of sleep last night, but these two teams look pretty good here in the early going. Right underneath the miss. And now here comes George Washington and Camila Tapias. She played some excellent defense yesterday and found it out, but she has a spark when she's on the court in this game. Batista takes it strong to the hole.
I really like Maylin Bautista. She's always looking for her teammates. She's a very selfless player, but she knows when she has an opportunity to score, and she attacks the rim hard.
I like that defensive matchup to Pius and Monahan. Whistle and traveling violation is called by Chelsea Woods. But so far, pretty good ball movement by both teams.
And starting with George Washington, this is what they want to do. They want to get ball reversals. They want to penetrate, especially Brianna Cummings, and kick out for open jump shots. That's textbook offense from George Washington.
Princeton mechanics, if you will. It's that Princeton offense. Right on. Just looking for some help. Get good ball movement, but heads up. Buma wasn't ready for the pass.
Sometimes you have to see it in your hands first. It looked like she already wanted to make her move before she caught the basketball.
So turnover already there for George Washington, who only had one turnover yesterday and a win over Dayton. And Jennifer Rosati said, I can't remember the last time I've had a team where we finished with one turnover. They did a very good job taking care of the basketball, and will need to do so here today to walk away with the A10 championship. Also, Mahoney with basketball knocked out a couple of triples yesterday. 4 3-pointers in the matchup versus Dayton was huge. But it was her defense that led to her offense. And that's a good look at what Cummings can do. She didn't get the shot to fall. And it's a turnover, and the Hawks have it. The athleticism by Cummings.
And that's such a high difficulty shot, but that's one that she can knock down. We saw it yesterday.
Right.
The turnaround jumper, she finds the rim with her eyes. She can hit that.
Inside the quick double team on Franklin. Now George Washington pushing in transition. 3-pointer all the way, Mahoney. No. She was knocking those down at will yesterday.
Deja Franklin has to get up on Kelsey Mahoney. That is a shot that she can knock down. That trail 3, she loves it.
It's a denial by Luma on the block and a fight for the basketball. GW has a very scrappy play so far here in the early going. Batista saw the opening off the backboard, no. And it's going to go the other way. The Hawks will have it. So very quick start here in the early going of this A10 championship matchup. 2-point lead for GW and that guy with 4:40 remaining in the first quarter of action here in Richmond in this A10 championship matchup. And so it looks like the A10 will now take 2 teams to the NCAA tournament. Yesterday, Charlie Cream had Dayton as the lone team going in. Of course, everybody had Dayton the favorite to win this A10 tournament championship, but they got bounced by GW. And so now, Dayton, with their RPI of 33 today, it was 31 yesterday, is projected a 9 seed. They're still in, according to Charlie Cream. Nebraska gets bounced, and the A10 gets 2 in.
And I completely agree with Charlie Cream. If you've watched Dayton this season, their resume speaks for itself, but when you watch them play, they're a very complete basketball team, led by Jennifer Dent. Jayla Scaife plays hard for Dayton. Really, they're well-rounded, and we need to see them in the NCAA tournament.
And they did the work early. In often during the season to put together a nice resume to get into the tournament. So far, so good. But then again, you got to look at all the other tournaments and how they finish up and who else gets AQs that weren't necessarily projected to get into the tournament. So that conversation will continue over the next week and a half as that bucket goes down for Kelly Craney, her first of the afternoon.
And I like Kelly Craney's game. She's a senior, but she comes off the bench, provides a different look for them offensively because she can stretch the defense.
A10 Sixth Woman of the Year. Able to lock that one down with her play off the bench. Now Monahan looking for some help. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They feed it inside, and Fioravante gets it to fall. Amanda Fioravante, the forward transfer from Virginia. They've got quite a few grad students, 2 of them to be exact. 3 seniors on the team for the Hawks. Kelly Craney fighting for the rebound. Rolls out of bounds, Hawks will have it. The Champ League presented by Principal continues today on ESPN2 with 4 women's conference championships. 2 Eastern, the ACC Championship between Notre Dame and Louisville. Then at 4:30, South Carolina battles Mississippi State for the SEC Championship. At 7, the Big Ten Championship features Maryland taking on Ohio State. And finally, 9 Eastern, Stanford taking on Oregon for the Pac-12 title. American Carter, who you got?
Oh, well, I have filled out my brackets already. I've got the Georgia girl, Asia Dur, and Louisville. I've got Mississippi State, Ohio State, and Oregon.
Okay, so you're picking the dogs over Don Staley's Gamecocks. Just making a clean sweep and stay undefeated, huh?
I love a clean sweep. I think Mississippi State has been playing very well. Victoria Bidlands, Tierra McCallum, Morgan Williams had a great game last night.
Yep.
I think they're going to keep it rolling.
A lot of room up there in Nashville. 2:30 remaining in the first quarter. Rebound, Kelly Craney. Cummings battling. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Go the other way. He's having a little of a rough start.
She's done a nice job at getting into the paint, but then getting in and being able to finish through that contact. St. Joe's has been all over her down low.
Senior from Lawrenceville, Georgia, and a kid you knew well, coming up through the ranks. What did you think of her play back in the day?
Well, she went to my rival high school. She went to GAC, and I went to Buford, so I didn't always love her play because she was for the team that I did not like very much, but she's always been athletic, and to watch her and see her skill development and see how much of an offensive threat she is now this season, it's been amazing.
And on that play right now, punching the ball out, getting it done on the defensive end as well. Hawks will retain possession here. And here she is with a block shot.
You know, she may have done this to me when we played each other in high school. It's probably why I was a little bitter, but she's so athletic. Brianna Cummings just uses her length very well, uses her athleticism and her ability to get off the floor.
2 seconds on the shot clock here, and not enough time for Woods to get it off. That's a shot clock violation. Good defense there by GW, and all of that started with Cummings.
And we saw this a couple of times yesterday when we watched St. Joseph's. They get deep into the shot clock. They have to be able, when it gets down to 5 seconds, they need to run a ball screen. They need to do something to attack the basket and get a shot up.
Yeah, we asked Cindy Griffin about that. What will you do if you were having issues yesterday and the late going of that matchup against St. Louis? They were forcing him into a shot clock situation each and every possession in that fourth quarter.
And I think St. Joe's, they have to get ball movement. They have to really get ball reversals, utilize their screens. They run an offense that's based off of reads, but they have to make those reads in a quick fashion.
So our officials are taking a look at the clock right now on that shot clock violation. And I don't think she got it off in time.
No, I don't think there's any question. The ball was in her hands when it hit 0.
Now, one thing that Cindy Griffin did follow up on when we were asking her about running deep into the shot clock, you got to be smart in your play. And I saw too many people standing around waiting for somebody to kind of take over, and nobody really took over. So you're handing it to Woods, your best player, and she just did not have enough time to get shot. So a turnover, and now GW will try to capitalize. these two teams playing turnovers and points off of turnovers is what won GW the game. Pick up Bautista for three. No. Woods is there with a rebound and is going to get called for the travel. And the ball will stay on this end. Fresh 30 on the shot clock now for GW.
St. Joe's has gone into a zone look defensively. The goal of a zone defense is to keep it out of the paint. They weren't able to do that.
Lulu was able to capitalize. She had a huge game against Dayton, a double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds, just picking up where she left off. And that ball was thrown away. JW will have it. Later on ESPNU today, we're going to check out the American Conference quarterfinals. All of these games on the right-hand side of your screen going down this afternoon, starting at 2:30 Eastern Time, with South Florida, the 2 seed, and East Carolina, the 7 seed. And then we got to hang on late this evening, 6:30 Eastern Time, to see UConn in action against Tulane. And that championship game will go down on Tuesday on ESPN2. Brady. Short jumper, gets to go. About 30 seconds away. This is the first quarter of play that so far GW has control.
And Kelly Prangy has had a very solid tournament. She had 15 and 5 against George Mason, 10 and 8 against Dayton coming off the bench.
17 seconds. Shot clock, game clock, even. Ball movement. Woods with the basketball, driving. And she's denied by Bautista, one of the smallest players on the basketball court. She has it, Cummings, and finishes on the other end. That's how you cap off a quarter.
Maylin Bautista, she is so much fun to watch. And this is what George Washington wants to do. They want their defense to lead to their offense. And when you have a point guard like Maylin Bautista who can find you in transition, that's who you want to go to for GW.
Women's Camp Sunday continues on ESPN2.
A couple more opportunities for some big-time players to put the S on the chest. And so far in this matchup, the A10 Championship game, it's been GW and Maylin Bautista and Brianna Cummings who've been able to put that S on their chest. Melissa Lee and Andrea Carter here with you in Richmond, Virginia. And you see the intensity on the face of Bautista there.
I have gotten chills watching her in warm-ups, watching her when she walked into the arena. Maylin Bautista came today to lead her team to this championship.
A 6-0 run to cap off the first quarter of action for GW. We'll see if they can pick up where they left off. So far we've talked about it in the room, going good ball movement by both teams. We're seeing it here with GW. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Cummings working, fires off the jumper, and is fouled. So St. Joseph's, a team that is perhaps playing their best basketball here down the stretch. And the reason for that, look at all the injuries here on the left side of your screen. That's what they were dealing with all season long. And right about now is where some of those players have come back, they're healthy, and they're finally playing well together.
And really the most important piece is Chelsea Woods. They were 1 and 4 when she missed those 5 games. She is huge for them, and you're absolutely right. This is when you want all of your pieces. This is when you want to play your best basketball.
Chelsea Woods missing those 5 games due to a concussion. And she is their key player. She is, how she goes is how this team goes. And so to be able to have her back and healthy obviously matters. We got a chance to listen to her speak in the post-game press conference yesterday. A very intelligent young lady, and one who was hungry to bring home a championship banner.
And that was one thing she said to us, we're not done yet. We're excited to be here, but we are not done yet.
Cindy Griffin opted to let the team watch that 2013 A10 Championship victory for St. Joseph's, the last time they won it en route to Richmond, Virginia. Three-pointer on the way for Crystal Lynn Bayston, and she was able to knock down 3 triples yesterday. It was a good look for her. Here comes Mahoney, drills it.
She hit 2 from that same spot in their game yesterday. If you're St. Joseph's, you have to find Kelsey Mahoney in transition 3.
So Kelsey Mahoney had 4 triples yesterday, knocking down her first of the day, and it is a 10-point lead for GW.
The farthest reach of the course, but the enduring center of its drama, and the indelible swirl of its challenge. 3 holes, where moments are counted in.
2 remaining in the second. Jennifer Rosati, there's a good look at her there, the head coach for GW. And somebody who's no stranger to the postseason as a player. The former UConn Husky point guard on that undefeated 95 team that won it all. A Hall of Famer, now doing some pretty big things as a coach at Foggy Bottom. Over 20 wins a year ago, and now playing for an A10 championship. This was a team that was picked to finish 6th in the conference. They finished 5th, and now they're playing for a chance to take home a trophy and get to the NCAA tournament.
And we talked to Coach Rosati yesterday, and she said when they were originally picked 6th, she agreed with them. She agreed with the choice, agreed with the decision, and they've really come a long way this season.
And she agreed with that. She's got 4 seniors, but a lot of kids that didn't play a ton of minutes last year. So you walk into a season, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. And helping the Hawks in their scoring drought was Crystal Lynn Bayston on the other end, who knocked down a deuce. And we got a player down. Kelsey Mahoney, I didn't quite see the play in which she had potentially an injury, or she just hit the deck. Didn't really see anybody around her, but she's got the athletic training staff out and Jennifer Rosati out to take a look. Let's see if we can figure out what exactly happened. She took a little bit of a stumble there, top of the key.
It looks like, to me, her right ankle. Did you see her right ankle tweaked?
So we'll see if she can walk away. And she can. She looks okay now. Sometimes, as a player, as you know, when you fall and you feel something immediately, you don't want to make it worse. She's walking off, chatting with our trainer. Tell her what happened. Here's what we saw.
Looking at it, it was definitely the right ankle. So she cuts, and it's right there. She just rolls her right ankle and just immediately knows. Puts her hand up. But knowing Kelsey Mahoney, if I had to guess, if she can go, she's going to be out here.
Yeah, the junior from Concord, North Carolina. She's got a 3 already to her stat line here today. As we mentioned, knocked down 4 yesterday, but huge on the defensive end. Batista all the way to the hole. An offensive rebound stripped away by Monahan. She's going to fire for 3. Seeing St. Joseph's very pretty play defensively. Gets the ball back, and Monahan delivers on the second attempt.
And I've talked about Maylin Bautista, but Alyssa Monahan, she is the head of the snake for St. Joseph. She controls their tempo. We talked to Chelsea Woods, and she said, I don't know what I would do without Alyssa Monahan.
Cummings. Either way shot, the offensive rebound is there. They'll try it again, Prangy this time. Back and forth we go.
And that's Kelly Prangy. I talked about her earlier. She's the X factor coming off the bench for GW.
Josephs inside on the cut. Fioramonte gets it to go. And you're just starting to see offensively the Hawks finding a spark.
And they look a lot more fluid. It's like they're flowing through their offense. The ball isn't getting stuck as much as it was in the first quarter.
You have these offenses where it's all about movement. You don't need sticky fingers. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Cummings, turnaround jumper, and Woods was right there to strip the basketball. Open real estate ahead of her. Gets it to go. The Hawks on a comeback. Down by as many as 10, chipping away at the GW lead. Looking deep into the shot clock again. Cummings. And his foul. So Chelsea Woods, look at this play here. Comes in, works hard on the defense, strips the ball away, and takes it on the other end.
And Chelsea Woods, she's so strong. So many players would anticipate contact and blow this layup. Doesn't faze her. She goes up and finishes.
Earned her second straight all-conference recognition after averaging a career best 15.5 points, 7 rebounds per game this season. She was one of our impact players, as was Cummings, who's at the free throw line right now. And both of them impacting this game.
And what I really like about this comeback and about the plays from Chelsea Woods and Alyssa Monahan is it starts with defense. Alyssa Monahan gets a strip and then comes down and hits a jump shot. Chelsea Woods gets a block and then takes it down for a layup. That's what St. Joe's does.
You're also starting to see a little bit of a different intensity on offense for the Hawks. Trying to take that intensity they play on the defensive end and bring it to the offensive side of things. You're seeing second chance opportunities that perhaps were not there in the first quarter of play. Woods thinking about it, needs some help. Kingston guarded well. Loose ball. And a scramble for the basketball, and it's out of bounds. Kick ball, and GW will have it.
In St. Joseph's, this is what we talked about with their offense. In the first quarter, they were 5 for 14. In the second quarter, they're 4 for 6, getting more efficient looks at the basket because of their movement and their execution.
And as you mentioned, that defense taking the offense. Just a 5 minutes of action here before the half. Prangy with a wide open look for 3.
What? Second.
Shot clock. Bruno OJ. High hands to Woods. Woods muscling. And rebound pulled down by Cummings. Our 2 impact players battling. Inside to Prangy, utilizing that size and draws the foul as well.
And what really sets this play up is Bautista and the way she pushes in transition. She's pulling it out. St. Joe's takes a breather. Kelly Prangy just seals hard, and Bautista finds her down low.
That foul assessed to Woods. He's taking a breather on the bench and a catalyst for this second quarter comeback to chip away at what was a 10-point deficit. She's holding on to that left hand right now. Woods just a sophomore from Philly. And again, same thing with Mahoney. When she went out, if they can come back in, they're going to be back in. Mahoney's back in the game. You know Woods is going to be back as well. Championship matchup and a chance to get to the NCAA tournament. No way she's not playing.
And Kelsey Woods, just take my ankle up tight or put me back in. And Chelsea Woods getting her hand wrapped right to come back in. Kelsey Mahoney, just take my ankle and let me come back in. That's what competitors do.
RJ inside. And good patience by A10 Franklin. Senior from Westchester, Pennsylvania. 3 seniors, 2 grad students on the squad for St. Joseph's. GW, 4 seniors. All on a championship banner hanging from the rafters. Their respective home courts. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Prendy for 3. And she's got a stroke. Wow.
Amanda Fioravanti has to get closer to Prendy. She can knock that shot down, and she's hot right now.
That's a 3. The answer won't fall. Boy, both of these teams really pushing the pace. Both coaches talked about this yesterday. To a 10-point lead for GW. Prendy with the basketball. 19th game of the season for her. Double-figure scoring. She's already there. Cummings. No. She has had to work hard all day long. She's not able to get some of those shots to fall.
And I think what the good thing is, though, for George Washington is that other players are stepping up.
Loose ball. Monahan. Fioravanti. Keeps it low in that bounce. Now Monahan working deep into the shot clock. 7 seconds. Looking for some help. Shot up and well off the back for Fioravanti, but really didn't have much of a choice. See Woods waiting to check back in after getting that hand taped up. 2:09 remaining for the half. The Hawks, you really have to be careful. When Mahoney gets a touch, or Prendy gets a touch, those 2 bigs can pop it from outside. Tapias driving, and the rebound pulled down by Fioravanti. High hands, Fioravanti. She finishes.
Nice offensive execution. And that's something that you'll see from St. Joe's, especially when Chelsea Woods is out of the game, because Chelsea Woods is who creates for them. So St. Joe's, when she's out, they execute a lot more quick hitters.
Jared Garner with a foul. And Woods now checking back in for the Hawks.
And she fell down earlier. When she got up, she kind of favored her left hand. Her left hand, it looks like it started to hurt after this play. So we're not sure exactly what happens. But you see she starts to grab her left hand and back up.
Let's see if it affects her shooting here this afternoon. What do we say in the onset? 2 players in Cummings and Woods who are really shooters for their 2 teams. Carter stripped away Bautista. Looking for help. Gets it. The trail. Cummings, yes.
Bautista in transition today looks like she is on fire. She is pushing, and one thing that she's been doing today is scanning. She's looking for her teammates running with her.
14-second shot clock and game clock before the half. Inside, Woods, and she is fouled. Offensive foul is called, and GW will have the basketball with 4.2 seconds remaining before the half. Coming up on the Audi halftime report, look back at Mississippi State UConn Final Four semifinal. That big shot by Morgan Williams, can't see it enough. Stats and highlights and more coming up next. And that shot is, that almost went in for Kelsey Mahoney. That would have been quite the capper for GW in what has been so far a very good first half for the Colonials.
And Kelsey Mahoney, she's had a hot tournament. She's really been able to knock down some threes. So I wouldn't have actually been surprised if she would have knocked this shot down. That would have been a big moment for GW. She sets her feet, really gets it up, but missed it.
So far, our score 32-24 GW. So far with the lead before the half, and joining us now is Jennifer Rosati. And Coach, I know you said you weren't sure if you were going to get a lot of sleep last night, so hopefully you're doing well on that end. But right now, your team, the game plan, going as planned.
Yeah, well, we knew it was kind of going to be a physical battle today. We have to do a better job with our post players, and we just need to continue to move them a lot better on offense. I feel like we got a little bit stagnant there, a little bit of adrenaline, maybe some nerves, but again, our defense was tough and stingy the way it's been throughout the tournament. We need to continue to make sure it stays that way.
And Coach, talk to me a little bit about Kelly Prangy and what she's done for you all in this first half coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of our secret weapon, although she's not very secret. But she gets to come in when everybody else is a little bit winded and make her mark. It gives us an offensive option as soon as she comes into the game, a target that we can throw to, obviously, either in the paint or on the perimeter. So it's good to see our seniors stepping up. That's what we need for us to have a chance to win today.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
Our score at the half, it's GW up 32-20.
Selection special on ESPN and the ESPN app.
So a very condensed look at the tickets punch so far. Belmont at the OVC getting it done. And then, of course, when you get a noon game on Championship Sunday, as we do here for the A10, we're going to find out very quickly who will win and get that AQ, either St. Joseph's or George Washington. With that, we welcome you back to Richmond Coliseum. I'm Melissa Lee. She is former Tennessee Lady Ball, Andrea Carter. And you saw that big shot heard around the world by Morgan Williams. Of course, everybody hoping there's more where that came from this season in the NCAA tournament. But we've already talked about the A10. Yesterday, Charlie Creek had just one team out of the A10 getting into the tournament. That was Dayton. Dayton, of course, lost to GW. Now you're looking at two teams out of the A10. Go on.
And we talked to Coach Rosati earlier yesterday about the Atlantic 10, and she said it is a very competitive conference.
Sure.
And so for two teams to get in, I think it's fitting, and I think that Dayton definitely still deserves a seat in the tournament.
And they do right now. Charlie Cream has them in the tournament as a 9 seed. He has Nebraska bounced out. But you start to get to feel that as these tournaments wrap up and a couple of other teams may get those automatic qualifiers, and they send some other teams who are on the bubble outside of the bubble. So right now we're still waiting to figure out who will take home the AQ here in Richmond between George Washington and St. Joseph's. And so far, Kelly Prangy helping to lead the way for GW.
And Kelly Prangy, she is the X factor for George Washington because she's an offensive spark that comes off of the bench. She brings her senior leadership. She's been able to get it done in the paint as well as outside on the three-point line. Coach Rosati says a lot of their offense depends on how the defense guards Kelly Prangy.
So far, she's got 12 points, 2 rebounds. That's with 13 minutes of play off the bench. This, of course, has been your IE halftime report. 5 for 9 field goals, and then as you see the 13 minutes off the bench, and then probably see plenty of more from her in the second half.
And I think what I like about Kelly Prangy is the way she accepts her role. That's her role for this team. She accepts it, and she thrives in it.
And that has been our Audi halftime report here from Richmond. So 32-24 is GW, the 5 seed on top of the 6 seed, St. Joseph's here at the half, and we knew defense was going to be the name of the game between these two teams, and boy, has that been the case.
And George Washington has been able to have a solid defensive half, and this was a key for St. Joseph's taking care of the basketball. In their early matchup, George Washington had 21 points off of turnovers to get the win. They've been able to create turnovers, make St. Joe's turn the basketball over, and turn it into points in the first half.
So GW looking to get back, bring on the championship trophy at Flaggy Bottom. They won it back-to-back years in 2015 and 2016. That was under Coach Jonathan Simpsons, who is now the head coach of Wisconsin, so it will be the first go perhaps for Jennifer Rosati in her second season with the team. Of course, Cindy Griffin and company looking for their first A10 championship since 2013. Firing the three out of the gate, coming in to P.S. and now a second chance opportunity for GW as we open up the fourth quarter of play. That screen left Mahoney wide open, not able to convert on the three-point attempt, but a very good look. We've got a player down for St. Joseph's, Sarah Ballou, the junior from Connecticut. She is down midcourt. She was trying to get off to the races with her team in transition. Now she's down, so we've seen a couple of players with a couple of minor injuries here today. Of course, Kelsey Mahoney for GW, who went down early, came back, and then Woods, who had her left hand taped up.
It's definitely been a physical game today, and it's been a physical game. We've seen physical games throughout the whole tournament.
So Blue being tended to by the athletic trainer here. Didn't quite see, again, she was running a transition. Didn't quite see what happened. So here's the replay. Look at what happened perhaps in that last play.
It looks like her feet got tripped up with Tapias running down the court.
She's an obvious man who needs some help getting back to the bench. She's holding that left hand. As every other player who's been hurt here today, they've been able to come back into the game. And obviously, the Hawks hoping they can get Blue back, who is at averages 13 points per game, very efficient shooter at 50%. So we have our officials who came over, Jeffrey Smith, Maggie Tiemann, and John Copeland, who wanted to let us know there was nothing unsportsmanlike on that last play. They did go to the monitor and check, so we're just going to resume action. Look at the halftime stat sheet. GW has not been to the free throw line yet today, so what does that tell you about St. Joseph's?
Well, St. Joseph's not getting to the free throw line, and what it tells me is George Washington's playing without fouling, but St. Joseph's free throws has always been a sign of aggression for me. It's always been a sign of attacking the basket and getting into the paint and drawing fouls. That's what St. Joseph's needs to do.
Just one personal foul for GW. 5 for St. Joseph's. And look at turnovers, 8 for St. Joseph's, and 3 for GW. And both teams doing a great job in getting the basketball. 5 seconds on the shot clock here for Cummings. And we've seen her make that move all day long, and finally hits Pinder.
And her ability to hang in the air and then still make a shot while falling away from the basket is not something you see very often.
Woods inside. The bounce goes for Amanda Fioravante. High percentage opportunity, which worked very well for this team in the second quarter. Jumper off the far.
And I talked in the open about Brianna Cummings and her ability to elevate and finish to make plays. And what is really key with that play is that she finds the rim with her eyes. Takes contact, still finds the rim and finishes.
She's got 7 points here today. Total 7 shooting from the floor. It is a different look GW team when Craney is not in the lineup. 8 seconds on the shot clock now for Cummings. And you notice every time they get deep into that shot clock, it's Cummings with the basketball. She's the one that's able to create it, just not able to do so there. She's back on the defensive end, working. From behind, was not necessarily a clean block there, and a foul is called. Franklin will go to the free throw line. Perhaps the best free throw shooter at 37%. That's a kid that's in there with the defense, second place all time for career blocks.
And Deja Franklin gets the basketball and everyone collapses on her. The ref ends up calling foul.
We'll have an update on Sarah Lou for the Hawks. Has a pinched nerve in her neck / shoulder and is questionable to return to the matchup. Franklin back in the game, and firing from outside. Cummings with a miss. Whistle. So have a look at what happened to Lou just a few moments ago. Taking transition with the deck there in court. She can come back in this one. Back to the basketball, and Woods has it. On hand on Lou. Based fires. No. Based just one game here today. That's gonna fall. Batista getting involved.
I've been so impressed by how she's been pushing the basketball and making plays in transition. If she doesn't have anything, she pulls it out and sets up the offense. But if there's a good opportunity, Batista's been taking advantage.
One thing I've noticed so far in this third quarter, the pacing. It's a little bit slower than what we've seen so far in the first half of play. What does that tell you?
Well, both teams look a little more deliberate. It could be due to fatigue, but they're also just trying to make plays, get their offense set up and execute.
Woods, 3 seconds on the shot clock, gets it up to Monahan. The runner, no. Out of bounds, and it'll stay here with the Hawks. They get a fresh 30.
St. Joseph's has had a couple of times where the shot clock is getting down and they have to be able to make plays.
And we saw that all week yesterday against St. Louis. Now, fourth quarter, almost every possession was even into their shot clock. And let's face it, St. Joseph's won that game because they had an early lead. They knocked down shots early, which helped them late.
And they did. They came out hot, which is not something that they've been doing. They have slow starts and haven't been scoring the basketball well, but they started off hot yesterday.
High hands, and that's going to go down and one for Franklin.
This is a nice cut and a great find by St. Joe's. And Deja Franklin, she's gotten the basketball down low underneath the blocks a couple of times this quarter, and she's been able to either get fouled or convert.
These players stepping up. New faces and new faces. Franklin is senior. Helping out on the offensive end of things. Cummings looking for some help. Batista driving. Denied by Woods. Gets it back. Craney for three. No.
And that was a nice backdoor by Brianna Cummings, but a great job by St. Joe's to scramble and recover.
That's what it led to. A Basin bucket. High efficient shot underneath. Basin has tried a couple of times to bucket from three. Nothing doing there.
And sometimes that's what you have to do. If you can't hit from the outside, try to get it in the paint, get an easy look.
That's an offensive foul.
And this is what St. Joseph's has been able to do, really push the basketball that last possession. Alyssa Monahan keeps her head up and finds her teammates streaking down the floor.
Last play was Tobias with the offensive foul, which is a turnover for GW. Now the Hawks trying to take advantage. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter of play. And they cut the gap here. Chipped away at the deficit. Down 5. Woods high. No. Cranky with the ball. Ball movement, GW, Batista. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Cummings. The pretty move gets her miss and not able to convert. So St. Joseph's chipping away at this GW lead here in the third.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by insurance, auto and home insurance for the modern.
Principal. A beautiful day in Richmond, Virginia. And GW had as much as a 10-point lead over St. Joseph's in this matchup, but now the Hawks have cut it to 5 here in the third quarter of play. And Woods, she's just picked up her third foul. That could be problematic for St. Joe's.
And coming into this game, we talked about Chelsea Woods and Brianna Cummings. They're the centerpieces of the team. It's important for both of them to stay out of foul trouble. Chelsea Woods picking up her third is a big deal and something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that averages 15 points per game. And we should also mention that Sarah Ballou, still out with that injury, averages 13 points per game as well. Those are your two top dogs in terms of scoring for the Hawks. And one is out right now and one in jeopardy of having to sit the bench. And there was a foul just before the shot clock expired, before we left you to go to a commercial break. And so Brianna Cummings at the free throw line. Woods was assessed that foul. That is when she picked up her third. Cummings an 84% free throw shooter. Knocks him down.
And where it becomes important when it comes to Chelsea Woods and Sarah Ballou, on the offensive end, they do a lot of scoring, but on the defensive end, they've been matched up with Brianna Cummings.
And look at this defensive pressure applied by GW for the first time we've seen this today. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Woods tries to get it inside. Back and forth, the pick and go. Woods going strong around Mahoney. Not able to finish.
And that's a play that Chelsea Woods has to finish. She has to finish those plays. That's bread and butter for her.
Mahoney outside drills it. Kelsey Mahoney fired up. The junior who went down what we thought was an injury early on in this game said, nope, coach, take me back up and put me back in the game.
We said if she could get back in, she would. She comes in and makes an impact.
GW back out by 10. The largest lead they had in this game. That ball stripped away by Batista. 5'6", using all of it. And on the other end, taking advantage of the opportunity, the freshman Mila Luma for the deuce.
And Maylin Bautista making an impact. She sets a screen to get Kelsey Mahoney open to knock down the three-pointer. George Washington has got going. They're ready to try and get this win.
With the Chase mobile app, locate the Prince
Is brought to you by Principal, Investments, Retirement, Insurance, and the Volkswagen Tiguan, the not-so-compact SUV.
Twelve-point lead for the 5 seed, George Washington, on top of the 6 seed, St. Joe's. A 7-0 run, sitting at 3:02 remaining in the third quarter of play. And Jennifer Rosati told us taking care of the basketball was going to be a huge key in this one, and so far today they've been able to do that.
And in their last matchup, St. Joseph's had 14 turnovers that led to 21 points for George Washington. They have to value the basketball and take advantage of every opportunity they have to score.
And we're seeing this pressure defensively. Bautista and Jaron Garner bumping bodies.
They ended up calling the foul on Bautista, trying to get through, reaching through that screen.
So again, that defense, what it did the last time we saw it, it helped GW to this run. It forced the Hawks deep into the shot clock, but not this time. Woods waiting and open underneath.
Nice find. Great crisp pass by Alyssa Monahan.
You see the Hawks giving GW a little taste of their own medicine. And a little bit of time on the shot clock.
And George Washington has done a great job at utilizing the shot clock and getting ball movement. St. Joseph's applying some full court pressure to take time off the clock.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Turnaround shot up and good. Nicely done. Luma, the freshman, now with 10 points. Finished with 12 points, 10 rebounds. Yesterday against Dayton. You see that, Andre, and you know the future is going to be bright for this GW team.
It's always fun when you see a freshman playing and you know they're not even close to their full potential.
And that's going to fall on the other end for Jaron Gardner. So you got a freshman on one end and then Gardner, the graduate from New Jersey.
We've seen a few different defensive looks from St. Joseph's. We've seen zone, we've seen man. They showed zone this possession, then went man, trying to throw off GW.
That was just a circus shot by Cummings. My goodness. Wow. And she's been doing that all game long. I mean, that's just what she does. And on the other end, the Hawks able to answer. Told you this was going to be a fun one. A lot of similarities between these two teams, tied at 30 apiece in the all-time series. 60 games played, each have won 30. The 5 seed versus the 6 seed. A lot of experience. You see the lay-in there by China Latimer. Her first bucket of the ball game. So you're getting a lot of people involved in the scoring here in the late going of the third quarter.
And we said these two teams were methodical and fundamental, but we've seen high energy, high pace, and a lot of offense so far.
GW's knocked down 5 of the last 5 field goals. 7 seconds on the shot clock here. Ball loose. GW has it. 7.6 seconds. Close out the third. Three seconds. Bautista. The shot. And the bounce not there for Lattimore. It was able to knock down that last bucket. Coming in off the bench, the freshman helping out. And GW remains in the driver's seat in his A10 championship matchup, up 49-37.
We are the TV doctors of America. We may not know much about medicine, but we know
Mortgage confidently. Get approved in as few as 8 minutes.
Game against Dayton finished with 12 points, but it was on 4 for 11 shooting. She's got 10 points today on 5 of 6 shooting, playing really well.
Take a look at the stats here for both of these teams and the points off turnovers. GW in the driver's seat there. They also took advantage of that stat problem in the first matchup between these two teams earlier this year. That's what netted them the victory in that game as well.
And Chelsea Woods just picked up her fourth foul, which is going to be a big deal. It's only the start of the fourth quarter.
Again, Baloo still missing. He went down and pinched nerve. He's an early assessment. It was questionable to return. He had not seen it back yet. Those are the two top scorers. And Mahoney, I'm telling you, this kid can't miss from outside. In this tournament, knocked down 4 triples yesterday against Dayton. And today, 3 for 5.
And she is shooting the basketball with so much confidence. If you give her any amount of room, she is letting it fly. So far in this tournament, it's up and in.
Woods from the free throw line knocks it down. The Hawks are going to need to see a lot more of that to get back into this game from Woods. GW is really running away with it. They've got all the momentum so far here to start this fourth quarter. So in the third, the Hawks cut the lead to 5 points and really not able to build on it. And then GW went on another run, a 7-0 run, to extend the lead back out. 2 seconds on the shot clock for Bautista. That is a long 3. And air mills it in. But there's the defense for the Hawks that we've seen throughout this game. Tune in to SportsCenter after the 76ers Bucks with Kenny May and John Anderson. We'll have a full breakdown of that big game with all the post-game reactions, plus the latest from the NFL Combine. Our
Just the
experts
second half
discuss
again.
how high Shaquille Griffin will go. And don't miss the latest SC feature. Eric Will Manhattan posts that story of South Carolina coach Frank Martin and his second chance at life. 10:30 Eastern on ESPN. About this call. Mila Luma, freshman who we've been talking up in this game, who's had a great game so far. That was her third. The only player really in foul trouble for GW. She will take a seat on the bench. There's Woods sitting the bench for the Hawks with 4 fouls. Even score. Somebody else is going to have to step up for the Hawks. I believe that was an illegal dribble call. So a turnover, and GW has the basketball.
St. Joseph's applying full court pressure again.
From the elbow, yes. Getting involved in the scoring here. She's been quiet.
And I think in this fourth quarter, if that's a shot that Alyssa Monahan can get, she needs to take that as many times as she can. That's a good shot for her. She hit one earlier in the game.
Just 4 points here today, averages 10 on the season. He's trying to go high. So it's Ellie Craney. Saved by Latimer. Runs high. And not able to finish on back-to-back possessions. Ellie Craney intercepts that pass. Up and down we go. See the turnovers and the points off turnovers, all GW in this game. Mahoney for 3. Nails it from the corner. Doesn't matter where along the perimeter. You give her an opening, she's going to drop it in.
She is 4 for 6 today, on fire, lifting her hands up, getting the crowd excited. She's been fun to watch this tournament.
A kid who has said that her defense, it's coming along, and that defense feeds her offense. And this kid so far can't miss from downtown.
She has been carrying her team from the three-point line, knocking them down like a sharpshooter.
Target practice for Mahoney. And you see, it's not just Mahoney. She's got a lot of help. You see all the players in double figure scoring here today. A very balanced stat sheet for GW and Jennifer Rosati. She's going to be very happy, of course, if they can walk away with a win with that stat sheet. That triple off the mark for Basin.
And I think one of the best things when we talk about balanced scoring in GW, we talked to Coach Rosati, and she said at the beginning of the season, she didn't even know if the offense was going to work with this team, but they stuck with it, and it definitely seems like it's working out.
And she installed that new offense this season, and at times just wasn't sure if it was working, but they stayed with it. Cummings is going to get called for the offensive foul there.
Their resume, it absolutely speaks for itself.
Point guard on that undefeated 95 team for UConn on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Does it get any better than that? I don't think so. And an offensive foul call on the other end.
And going back with Coach Rosati, she's coached USA basketball. She played in the WNBA. She's the president of the WBCA. She is a great basketball coach.
Has spent 17 seasons at Hartford before taking the job at GW. By the way, George Washington this season 17-1 when leading with 5 minutes left in the fourth. We're at 5.5 minutes remaining in this game. Got the Hawks on their heels. Cummings. Skip pass and it's knocked out of bounds. Stay here with GW. Jared Garner trying to telegraph and steal it away and take care of business on the other end. It's been a tough goal for the Hawks here. Late. Cummings. Wow.
I'm telling you, the transformation of her as a player, to go from just focusing on defense and focusing on her athleticism to knocking down that shot when the shot clock's winding down, she's been awesome to watch over the years.
Seen it from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Kids who can just taste it. Want to get to the NCAA tournament. Want to bring home a trophy to Bobby Bottom. 4:46 remaining. They're on their way to doing that. The Hawks needing some help. Obviously, their star, Chelsea Woods, has 4 fouls in this game. And Sarah Ballou, the junior from Connecticut, averages 13 points per game, out with an injury. And she suffered in this game. So tough goal for the Hawks. Batista trying to milk some time off the clock. She had a wide open look at the basket on that point. She realized the shot clock here. 4.5 minutes remaining. Cummings and a jump ball is called. And so you want to milk time off the clock, but you also want to be smart about the plays you're making.
Well, I think that definitely, you're right. But when you have a wide open look at the basket, you have to take advantage of those opportunities. You don't want to force a shot. You don't want to take a bad shot. You want to work the clock. But if you're wide open, you need points.
So 6 seconds here. Catch and shoot. Batista looking for some help. Cummings. And she is fouled. Champion presented by Princeton continues today on ESPN2 with 4 women's conference championships. 2 Eastern, it's the ACC championship game between Notre Dame and Louisville. Then at 4:30, South Carolina and Mississippi State for the SEC championship. At 7, the Big Ten championship features Maryland taking on Ohio State. And then at 9, Eastern, Stanford, and Oregon for the Pac-12 championship. So I asked you earlier, who can have out of those games? What do you think will be the marquee matchup out of all of those?
Well, I'm really excited to watch. I'm obviously an SEC girl.
Of course.
So the Mississippi State-South Carolina matchup, South Carolina's won that tournament 3 years in a row. Mississippi State has not won it. That'll be a game that I'm definitely going to have my eyes on.
Mississippi State trying to remain undefeated. And South Carolina trying to be the first team to win 4. Former Tennessee Lady Ball. It's orange, but also has a little bit of say what happens in SEC play as well. That was a nice shot. Very quickly done by Jaren Garner, and that's what they need right now.
And I've been impressed by Jaren Garner. She's not one that typically scores and looks to score.
Saw the Hawks managed to come to 5 back in the third. GW went on another run. Defense now by the Hawks. Shot clock under 10. Bautista needs some help. Kelly Brady was left wide open.
That was a miscue by St. Joseph's on the defensive rotation out of the ball screen.
Easton has not been able to hit those threes from outside the way she was able to do so yesterday. Such a threat, and what a treat to be able to have a kid like Kelly Brady who can play inside outside.
And she gives so many different things to the George Washington offense. You can't really help off of her because of her ability to score from the outside.
She set that screen there. Cummings was fouled on her shot attempt. Rainey, also a senior. George Washington team that is trying to lock down its 7th A10 championship. And just another part of her game. We talked about free throws being huge down the stretch. Obviously, GW well in control here. But it's impressive to see teams being able to do that in the postseason. And GW's been able to do that.
And knocking down free throws is huge. It's going to be something that all teams need. If you want to be able to close games, especially close games, you have to be able to knock down free throws.
3 minutes away. The A10 champion. 2018. Several ties. So GW with the lead in this game. Monahan, the miss. Scoreboard is there by Gardner. Monahan again. Gets it to go this time. Cummings gets it up to Brady. Bautista wide open. And she had a look there.
It would have been contested. Good decision by Brianna Cummings to kick it out.
So Bautista at the free throw line, 72% free throw shooter. And then back to who we talked about in the open, the 2 stars in this game, in Woods and Cummings. And Woods, it feels like she's scored so much more in this game because she does so much for this team, but both certainly have been able to.
And I think what has been a challenge for Chelsea Woods has been the fouls, because when you pick up fouls, one of them was an offensive foul. It starts to play with your head. You have to worry about being too aggressive on the offensive end and picking up another foul.
Bautista gets the bounce there, a smile on her face. And so if you're looking at the NCAA tournament, and you've still got 2.5 minutes remaining in this one, but you look at George Washington, is that a team you want to play right now?
No, I would not want to play George Washington right now with the energy that they have, the leadership of Bautista, Brianna Cummings scoring the way she does, Kelsey Mahoney and Kelly Brady knocking down shots. They're a tough team.
Rosati yelling for a timeout, said, I called a timeout. And is trying to get the point across here with 2:12 remaining in this game. She's still coaching this team up with 2:12 and up by 20.
Well, all the greatest coaches, you can be up 30 with a minute left. They're still coaching and still coaching on the referees as well.
It's driving, battling. The putback does go down. And what's the good news about her? She's just a sophomore. She'll be back in the centerpiece once again for the Bucks next year.
4 seconds on the shot clock here. Bautista. 3-second violation is called. And we've got a host of players checking in now for GW. And it's smiles and high fives all the way around for these starters. And then you look at Kelly Brickey coming off the bench and doing what she was able to do today. 14 points, 5 rebounds. This team is pumped up. Now GW has been to this championship game in 3 of the last 4 years, but it is the first time they've been there under the guidance of Jennifer Rosati.
And I love the decision to take the starters out, give the crowd a chance to celebrate those players and what they've done today.
And then, of course, when you have so many young players in, you have a whistle and a timeout. And Rosati wanted the timeout earlier. She got it now. Is trying to get the troops rallied and back together. She's got the youngsters in the game. And why not? Her team up 65-49. Timeout, coach says. She got it. We'll see you on the other side. Again, they've been here 3 of the last 4 years, but the first time for Jennifer Rosati under her guidance, former UConn great, now doing some very big things with this team, including taking the squad in her second season in the NCAA tournament.
And I think why they're so excited is the way that they've gone about winning this tournament. It's been with heart, it's been with hustle, it's been with defense. And like you said, they had to take down some giants. Natalie Butler from George Mason, Jenna Burdett from Dayton. They have not had an easy road.
See up and down Cummings, one of our star players. To Pius on the bench there as well. She didn't have any points today, but she had 2 rebounds. Everybody really contributing in some way. And as a coach, that's what you want.
And when we talked to Coach Rosati, she said one of the biggest things about this team is how selfless they are. I guarantee none of them care about the points that they scored, their stat line. All they wanted to do was come in here and get the win.
They have 4 players in double figure scoring. Balanced stat sheet all the way around. And trying to give the next generation of players an opportunity to play in a game like this in the postseason. Because guess what, George Washington, your season continues. So the A10 will get 2 into the NCAA tournament. Dayton still holding on strong with an RPI of 33. And now the AQ will go to GW. Final seconds of this one here in Richmond. And the Rosati run continues. GW, your A10 champions.
And that's the thing about this tournament. It doesn't matter how your season ended last year. It doesn't matter how many wins you had during the regular season. When tournament time comes, magic happens, and George Washington played well, pieced it together the right way at the right time to get the tournament championship.
Here's a look at what they're going to take back to Foggy Bottom. About 112 miles from here. It'll be a fun ride home for these young ladies. Walking away victorious here today. A10 champions once again. And as much as you want to celebrate when you're GW, you also have to look at the body of work that St. Joseph's was able to put together as well to get to this game.
And they were in the same position. They fought hard all season, had a rough season, had some losses in the regular season, and they were still able to come in and get to the championship game. A lot can be said about St. Joseph's and what they did in the tournament.
They will continue their season to the NCAA tournament. And Andrea Carter, you even said it. It's not a team that many coaches are going to want to see in the tournament. So there are the tickets punched. Belmont, OVC, GW, of course, out of the A10, and Mercer out of the SoCon. And that's the early look at this Champ Week, this Championship Sunday. And you see the smiles and the faces of the fans who made their way from Foggy Mountain to Richmond, Virginia. And joining us now is the head coach, Jennifer Rosati. We were talking about your point guard days, little razzle-dazzle action, and your UConn days back in '95, that perfect season. And this season, while not perfect, looking pretty good right about now.
It's just got to end perfect, that's all. I mean, that's something I definitely learned throughout my career is it's a long season, and you just got to stick with it. You got to have kids that believe in each other, believe in us, and this has just been a great group to coach. We've improved so much. It's been just an absolute pleasure to have this group.
And Coach, you talked to us yesterday about how when you had this team early on, you didn't even know if the offense was going to work for this team. You agreed with the 6th seed. Talk about that transformation and the strides that have been made.
It's a little bittersweet because my husband's not on my staff with me. But we talked a lot in the offseason, him and I, about putting in a new offense. And, we worked hard as a group to make it work for these guys. So it's a little bittersweet, but I'm so happy. And he's, got our kids in line, and they're all here to celebrate with us. And these kids just bought in. I told them that it was going to be about defense. Sure. But as you can see today, when we're on, we're pretty good on offense too. And it's been an incredible journey. I'm just really, really proud of these girls and how hard they've had to fight to get here.
Coach, you see a lot of coaches when they win games like this, it takes them a few days for it to really hit them.
Oh, not me. No.
It's hitting you right now. So when you look at the overall body of work, the change in the offense, I mean, the feeling has got to be an incredible one for you and this team for how hard you worked to get here.
Yeah, well, it's hard because it's been a little while since I've been to the NCAA tournament, to be honest with you. And I took this job because I believed it was a special place. I was so disappointed that I couldn't lead last year's ladies to the NCAA tournament after them having gone 2 prior years and having seniors that had understood what it meant to win a championship. I felt like I let them down. So to be able to do this in a second season where nobody, probably even myself included, expected it to happen that quickly, it's just hitting me emotionally because you take a chance. I left my whole family in Connecticut to come down and take this job because I believed it was the right place. I believed it was the right league for me.
Sure.
And it was hard. It's been hard for 2 years to compete in this league. There's so many good players and so many good coaches. But this is why I wanted to be in the league. It was this special feeling, chance to go to the NCAA tournament, a chance to cut down nets and compete against the best and feel like we've put everything on the floor to have to earn this one.
Well, I'm going to put a little bit of a smile on your face by showing you a replay. So you were still coaching your team up late
I
in
was
this
mad
game.
at all of them.
You wanted that timeout really bad. Really bad, Coach.
I know.
So take us back through what was going on.
Well, yes. Okay. Well, yesterday I didn't call a timeout and they gave me one when I didn't want it. So I'm mad because today I'm trying to call a timeout and they didn't give it to me. So, I just believe you coach to the end. I mean, that's where I came from. You come from Connecticut. They don't take a possession off. They don't take a minute off. And so I wanted to finish the right way. I wanted everybody that steps on the floor in a GW uniform to compete in the right way. So, yeah, I'm going to coach them to the end. I mean, I don't care what the score is. If there's a 20-point play out there, I don't want them to have to run it. So, yes, I wanted that intensity to stay right through the end.
And then finally, Coach, how do you all celebrate this one? You know you're going to the tournament, so that's fun.
Yeah.
But what's that drive back to Foggy Bottom?
I know. Well, I got a couple guys I need to take a few days off. I'm not sure. I think I tried to take Bree out for like a minute today. She played 40 yesterday. May Lynn barely took a break.
Yeah.
Kelsey's playing on one leg and still banging threes. So we'll take some time off and regroup. And it's nice to know your fate. Last year everybody kept telling us we were the 65th team in the NCAA tournament bracket, and so we got left out and we had to wait 2 weeks to find that out. It's really nice to be sitting here knowing that we've got secured that bid, and now we can take a little bit of a break and look forward to the next phase of our season.
And for those 4 seniors, finally a chance to get them into that postseason in the NCAA tournament. I know that's what you want.
Yeah. I coach for my players. I had a chance to win championships at every level. And it's the best part about coaching is giving them this feeling, like to know that for the rest of their lives, I've had a chance to help them and impact them in a way that they'll always remember this experience. And that's what we do it for. I think that's what almost every coach does it for. And so I'm, obviously happy for our program, but I'm happy for these seniors. They fought really, really hard. They probably had some doubts early. I scheduled really hard early. If you look at our schedule, we lost a lot of games they were not used to losing, but they trusted in me. They believed that I was making the decisions that was the best for them, and I couldn't be happier that they get to go out as A10 champions.
Coach, we're going to let you celebrate.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations on a fantastic win, a fantastic matchup, and a fantastic finish for a team that was picked to finish 6th in the A10 this year. They finished 5th in the regular season, and they're the top team still standing at the end of this one. Your A10 tournament champions. A 65-49 victory over St. Joseph's. They got that ticket punched to the NCAA tournament.
And I think it's the way that they went about it. Coach Rosati said this is a special team. They don't care about the stat line. They play hard. They play together. They care about each other. And we saw that throughout this tournament run.
Well, GW, they are your A10 champs. Going to the NCAA Women's Tournament this year. Their fate is sealed. A fantastic matchup. 4 players finishing in double figures scoring. They put it all out there on the line, and their season will continue. A fabulous tournament here in Richmond. For Andrea Carter and our entire ESPNU crew, I'm Melissa Lee saying so long from Virginia.
I love the picture they took like that. I don't know my camera actually. On my phone.